I don't know if I like my frame, Ian.
No, why not?
Hi, everybody. Oh, I got the camera. All right, start
Don't
one
do
more
that.
time.
Don't
I,
don't bump
I
cameras.
don't. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I always got this like frame thing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Michael Adamthwaite. With me, as always, is my co-host Ian Emery. Say hello, Ian.
Hello, everyone.
So today we are looking back while also looking forward. We've got a few episodes up on our YouTube channel. We're really excited to hear the comments and to feel the love. We got a lot of subscribers. We have a lot of wonderful
Took
people
off. I was
signing in.
surprised.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not that
Pleasantly
I didn't
surprised.
expect to have
People showed up.
people showed up, and it is a good topic to be talking about PTSD, talking about awareness, talking about the suffering that a lot of people are finding themselves enduring with. Obviously, the first responders, we're talking about them, people in the line of duty. So yeah, it really is a show about looking forward, looking backwards, talking and reviewing. And in our first several episodes, we have already received so many wonderful comments and stories people are sharing. And, it's really been quite amazing. Ian, we're gathered here today to talk about some of
So
our
much.
fears and insecurities. We have done so much in such a short time. The show is growing, but of course,
I want to say growing is just just a small way of saying what we're seeing right now, how this is exploding.
yeah,
Growing is just doesn't even really cover it, really. There's
yeah,
so many people that once we are saying this is what we're doing, and then doing the just a couple of shows that we've done, how many people are coming to the table and saying, I would like to talk to, I'd like to get this out there as well. Good for you guys for taking on this initiative. So
yeah,
kudos to you for getting this all organized with us and doing what we're doing.
yeah. It really is, I think, a testament to the times that we find ourselves in. I think, you know, uh, most people would agree that these are challenging times. Most people would agree that the old rules of the world don't really apply. And if you scratch the surface long enough, you're going to find that they never really did. It was just sort of these sort of social contracts that people adhered to and they agreed to, and we,
Well, it's
agreed
exposure,
to.
right? Like,
Yeah,
what are people seeing today that they didn't see back in the 70s when I was growing up? When in the 80s and the 70s, we didn't have social media to just inundate us the way in which it is. And that's okay. That's fine. These are the tools of today. But what people don't recognize is there's byproducts of that. There's so many things that we're not recognizing that has a social impact where now people are lost. And I know there's so many support systems that are put out there for people to get out there and grab some support, but are they doing it?
yeah,
No, it's kind of still in that stigma zone,
yeah.
and that's what we're are trying to accomplish: is create a platform where let's just talk, let's just get everyone engaged, and use best medicine as an opportunity to start that conversation. Great hat, by the way. That
Thank you.
is
Yeah,
like
this is our
this is my ADHD kicking right in right now. But well, look at that hat. Wow.
this is our first generation merch hat. We've got more things on the way. We obviously, just like everybody else, we like merch, right? I
Who
like
doesn't
I
like
like
merch? But that's a
shirts.
great hat. I love that hat.
It's just an attractive hat, and the
It makes
fact that the
you a
hat
prettier man.
itself,
It makes you
yeah,
a prettier man.
I'm slightly prettier for having it. Yeah, the fact that it also will go to support people and their health and wellness journey. I would very much like to say that going forward, all of our merch, I'd like to
Go to
see
proceeds. Yeah,
partial proceeds going to
love
benefit
that.
people.
Absolutely. Now, with that being said, let's highlight why we're doing this with a specific event coming at us.
Of course, yes.
November 12th is the official date for Laughter is the Best Medicine, where we have our good friends Johnny Parada coming in, Justin Nickel coming in, and Byron Bertram coming in to bring in some fun. And of course, you and I are going to host. We're going to have an opportunity to bring that awareness with some of the folks. And this is where, we can't do this alone. This is where we reach out to the community. We already have some great sponsors already coming in. We've got Naomi Adams, real estate in Chilliwack. She's going to help with her support team. Hisco Jiu Jitsu. He's retired RCMP. He knows everything about self-defense, and of course, been exposed and worked with a lot of folks with PTSD. Cultist Lake Golf Club. Come
Yeah.
on, right?
Yeah.
We're like, that's my best medicine right there.
Hometown sports hero. I don't think that's too much to say.
No, no. What else have we got? We got Vantage Point Painting. These guys did my house. I told them the story. I said,
and your
guys,
house
this
looks
is what
beautiful.
we're doing.
I've been inside your house. Let me tell you, everybody, it looks smash. It looks awesome.
Not me. That is 100% my wife. She is she is amazing with interior design. She took this from her brain and put it into reality. And kudos to her. I really honestly think that she should run with that. I think she is so talented. But you know, like you said earlier, fear. Everybody, do I really?
And that
is anyone else going to like it? But
that's the tremendous button hook that we were looking for to transition seamlessly into today's mostly fear-based episode. We're calling it, but sir, I don't have imposter syndrome. Yeah, no. All the judges in the world, and of course I know Ian, you'll attest to this, all the judges in the world could never get it as spot on as the judge inside my head, as the judge inside your head. So when it comes to us taking on this venture and growing our show and growing our community and growing really what it is, you know, better every day, it takes best medicine. And best medicine isn't the same every day because we're not the same every day. And if we look at this, you know, term, you know, spin the word wheel, we come up with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, especially for people with ADHD. And of course, again, I'm not a clinical doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm a voice actor. I make,
but we know things. Sounds. We know things.
It's a bike sound. I make a horn, right? That's what I'm good at. But I mean, one of my superpowers is also connecting with people through conversation. So, I mean, one of the things that I was initially, you know, just as fearful as you coming into this was, why do I have the right to say anything? I'm not a doctor. I'm not certified. I'm certifiable. Maybe that's the old joke, but it's like, how and why do I start talking about something that I have vast amounts of experience in, but no measure to show anyone that metric and say, no, I've lived, I have wisdom, I have experience, I've got some things to say, and I think that they're valid, right? Like, we don't really give ourselves the kudos that we deserve. You're a phenomenal at so many things. In the business world, you blow my mind. In the performance world, you've got an amazing CV or resume, depending on who you're talking to, right? Different terms. But here we are. We're still feeling like we don't have.
We're still brand new.
Talking about it.
Yeah. Right. No, it's a killer for sure. I don't know how many times constantly before stage time, getting on stage, holding that mic, your brain is constantly, you're not good enough.
Yes.
Why are you think that you can be here? You
should not be
here. You are not the funny guy. But you know what? I am, and I do. I make people laugh, and that's my gift. I also have the gift of the gab. That's my mother. You can blame her. That's what we do. No, we take genetics and run with it.
English and mother. I gab also because the words are just so beautiful. Why not use them, Michael?
Oh, yeah. Don't you know that you love the sound of your own voice? Yes, I do. I really, truly do.
I guess, but I mean, it's worth loving because it's part of who I am. And of course, you know, following the, you know, imposter syndrome / you know, arguments that we're having, you know, for everyone out there, Ian and I, we have lots of conversations, you know, on the books, off the books, behind the scenes. You know, we record some calls. We've got some really fun audio episodes out there, audio only for our other, you know, streaming platforms. But before that hits the air, you got to know something really, really specific about Ian and I. We've discussed it at length, and we understand fear is a word, and it means false evidence appearing real. For the longest time, I didn't understand that it was that it was an acronym. At least that's the word I think I want to use. I think that's the right word.
That's
acronym.
Right. Yeah,
means something else. Yeah, acronym. Right. So if it's false evidence, but it appears real, I might fool myself into believing it. So whether somebody's made a comment or someone, you know, took an action that caused you to have fear, or if fear is the precursor to making all your decisions, well then, I mean, you know, when are you ever really going to be happy? When is it ever going to be good enough? right? All those feelings come out, and we find ourselves saying things like, no, I don't think I should be holding the microphone. I don't think I should be on stage. Why should I be up here in front of a class? I mean, you have a pretty vast teaching background, as do I. And the idea that we have no business doing things that we love and that we're good at, I have every right as a human, as do you, to question where that came from. Who put that in my head? And why do I have to consent to that?
I couldn't have said it better myself. You are nailing a lot of check boxes. This is the reality of anyone that wants to do, and this is not just coming from entertainers. You've got your own CV resume for those people,
Yeah.
And we both are entertainers, and that for those folks, yeah, there's going to be a lot of entertainment chat from here and there because that's what we do, that's what we've done, and this is what we're trying to do. But for the most part, those people, we see a lot of mental health from a lot of those performers because of what we're talking about right now, because that fear will break you down, and you are quickly, easily looking for that satisfaction. Alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, of course. We talk about
whatever
it
the case
a lot.
And I'm not innocent.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot as artists because we realize that we're pre-programmed a certain way. A lot of people, regardless of your political affiliation, you sort of lean towards, fairly democratic ideals, right? Because of course you're a feeling, empathic, creative person. I fall into those categories, again, without political affiliations, right? But we also have this idea that we're all kind of the same for some reason. Well, guess what? We're probably all on some level neurodivergent in some way. So if we're all kind of wired the same way, and we're all effectively, according to science and what I'm learning, we're all dopamine farming, well, then we have to know that the acceptance arc, the people-pleasing arc, the white knight syndrome arc, all the good versus evil, the internal struggle, all of that arc, it has everything to do with acceptance. Am I being accepted for what I'm doing, for what I'm saying, how I'm behaving? Am I a good domesticated boy or a good domesticated girl? What have you? It sort of lends the question, where were we programmed and why did we choose the arts? Well, because the arts allows for more play. It's more fun. It's more lighthearted. But at the same time, they ask us to do these incredibly horrific things sometimes. And, it's sort of a bit of an, okay, well, I'm pretending. No one actually got hurt, right? But you do, in the mechanism of making something real in your body, you do a little bit of damage to yourself. So I'm not surprised in any way because I've dealt with it, and I've had brushes with challenge, alcohol, and illicit drug use, and
one of my favorites. Beers.
Yeah,
love my beers.
Yeah, it really is about finding your balance in your head when you're saying, I'm healing myself by using these crutches.
Those things. But you know what? Here's the thing. The tide is changing. I know my 17-year-old who's in his last year of high school. He's giving me all the indication that teenagers are not really down to getting drunk. Yes, of course they are. But there's a sobriety movement that I've never seen before coming from the younger generation. Same as a lot of teenage pregnancies are down. There's just a different wiring of thinking where folks are coming in and saying, maybe there's a better option. Maybe there's another way of doing this. And this is kind of what we're saying, is that, we feel like we're qualified enough to start a conversation and share your story, share your best medicine, share everything that you feel that's going to help someone, so we can get this platform operational and out there so people can tune in and give us their story, give us their testimonial, give us a reason why you're supporting this. Like that list of sponsors that I'm talking about, they want to get involved because they know that this is an important conversation, that PTSD and mental health is an important conversation to be had. Like I was just filling up my gas, and the owner of the Whack, he cleans windows and buildings and high pressure washer cleaning. He's like, I want in. I want to support you guys. I want to give you an opportunity to do what you need to do, because I know my brother and my cousin, they all suffer from PTSD and they have nowhere to go. I said, send them our way. Let's have a conversation, because anybody that has feelings, anybody that wants to talk, everybody wants to get their conversation going. That's what this is for. This is what this is going to be about.
Feelings. We want people with feelings, and we want people who can address feelings in a way that, like this is not therapy, nor is it meant to necessarily be a roadmap to perfection. I am flawed. You are flawed, although slightly less than me. You have really nice hair. it's just about our balance of, mixing comedy with, that little bit of, it's not quite hindsight, it's not quite foresight, it's just, I wouldn't even call it analysis, right? I just want to go over my feelings. And if someone's gonna stand up and say, well, your feelings don't matter, you suck, my question is, wow, dude, who hurt you? And or do you need to have a bowel movement? Like, are you backed up?
Backing up.
What is it that's on your mind? I mean, I have little kids, and little kids, when they get backed up or when they get cranky, or if they're hot, they're tired, they haven't had a juice box, like they say mean things, sometimes,
You should
right?
meet my wife.
No, buddy. But I mean, all fairness to joking and, humanizing our experience, when we get toxic and when we get backed up, it's not necessarily a poop joke. There is something in there that's preventing us from practicing happiness, and without looking at it, without evaluating it, and sharing it with others, I feel like we're just doing ourselves a disservice. So you and I, we have imposter syndrome. I can say that out loud. I don't have to hesitate. I don't doubt it, because I've listened to my inner dialogue long enough to realize it's not a monologue, right? It's not even my words. A lot of the impressions and the imagery that's bouncing around in my head has nothing to do with me. It's all fear-based decision making that I am ready to let go of.
Well, my friend, this is where it starts. And this is, I can tell you right now, the list of people that we already have in the queue to have conversations is an indication that this is wanted, this is needed. And I'm now qualified enough to say that I can start this conversation with you. And I'm not professionally telling you what to do. I'm going to tell you the friends that we have now in the best medicine community, we're going to be able to tap into the support system that you need, whether you need it or not, whether it's just a social event like going to Laughter is the Best Medicine. What a great place for an awareness event to take place. Did I tell you where it's at? Chilliwack Culture Center.
I love the culture.
The Colts. We got 550 seats that we're going to be filling in.
That's amazing. Chilliwack is going to, I think, really, really benefit, not just because having this awareness event is great for the city, but we've got so many vendors, so many supporters, so many wonderful, people in the community. Call them staples, call them pillars. We want to know who it is, whether you are, sharing, commenting, just volunteering people's info. We want to know who's championing the health and wellness of Chilliwack. And those are the people that we've got on our team, on our side, coming to the event. And
it's already brought in another, we have multiple shows here in British Columbia to plan out and work on. That's our priority. The big one already is Kingston, Ontario. The guys from Frontline Forward.
Yes.
Brian, we had a debrief call after those conversations. He's
Brian.
Already brought me in a guy that wants to come in to have a conversation and share his story. But for the most part, they're like, we got to get this Laughter is the Best Medicine in Kingston.
Yeah.
So March 2025 is what we're shooting for. So same idea, those pillars, those leaders in the community, those people that want to help support. Even if you can't, let us know who might. And then we'll have those conversations from there. You and I right now are talking to so many people that are figuring out a way that we can get this operational in a way that it can reach the masses. We can do this in any town. There's so many people that we can talk to, and this is how we want to do this.
I want to play the biggest game of tag that's ever been played. But instead of, running and panting and, creating maybe potentially more, medical challenges for people than need be, cardio, right? I just want to be able to, reach out and say, hey, I touched a little piece of a life. I touched a little piece of an experience, a moment, an event, a day, an hour, a minute. It doesn't matter, because that's what relating to other humans should be like. It shouldn't be a fearful experience. It shouldn't be full of apprehension, trepidation, and judgment. We shouldn't be living like fearful, shaky animals in the back of our heads.
But
and yet, for some reasons, we are.
And in so many ways.
Own it is the first thing that most, quote, self-help programs will say. If you own it, if you lean into it, you can you can use it without weaponizing it, without creating a shield and a sword situation, which is why I much prefer a microphone and a little pop filter, right? I mean, I don't need to protect myself from people, right? I mean, danger is very real. That's aside from fear. But if I walk through life fearful of the evidence that I assume is real, I'm never going to make the impact that I think I am capable of. And I mean, as self-centered as that might sound, having said it out loud, I do want to make an impact. I do want to help people, right? I am my mother's son.
But we're going to have fun along the way.
Yeah, I want to have fun along the way.
We're
yeah,
like, this is the heart and soul of it all. Is we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
We're also here to be serious and get things out in the open so that we can make people relaxed enough to have fun and get into where we're trying to get to. But I think, Laughter is the Best Medicine is going to be a great launch. That's the official launch.
Very
what
exciting.
We're doing right now is leading up to it, getting people educated. People understand that we are here. Tune in, subscribe, let people know that we're here. We need that help too. Because, at the end of the day, this is going to be a social media awareness. People are going to be able to tap into what we're doing. So if you can't participate from a sponsorship level, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Let us be shared to those that know that we're here, and that's our end goal. So
absolutely,
lots of great stuff to come.
Yeah, the message is clear. The magic is universal. The movement is gaining momentum, and whether it's one people. One world, one nation, one voice, one idea. Those are all still at the end of the day just words, and they're lovely images. But knowing that Radio Check has already had the impact that it has, as far as our health and wellness, slogans, campaigns, this is a hill that I will absolutely stand on with my fist in the air, because
right beside
Radio
you, buddy.
Check friends.
Right beside you.
Yeah.
Well, lots to do, lots to say.
Yes, sir.
I love where we're going with this. Most importantly, there's still lots of opportunity, and we're so early in this. So folks want to get involved. We're looking for folks that want to get involved. So I put my hand up and say, hey, give us a hand. Let us know.
Absolutely.
That's going to help us tremendously and help expedite this mission, and hopefully we can start making those changes that we already know that we've already begun to do. So
absolutely. And if you're watching this episode, if you are a clinician, if you are someone who studies and works in the medical field, if you have any sort of idea what best medicine really does boil down to on a scientific level, on a business level, we'd love to hear from you also, because there's so many voices and we need to connect the voices of the world. So again, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Ian, last words, final thoughts for the day.
I just, like I said, subscribe, hang out, pay attention what we're doing. I know that it's still new in a lot of sense. Oh, let's wait and see what they do. We're already doing it. So step in, subscribe, share, let us know what we can do better. I know we're just getting our legs on this. We're okay. If you tell us that our sound sucks, we get it. We're working on it. We're doing those things.
I'm working on it, man. And if I mess up my settings, just so you know, there's alphabet reasons why that happens. I'm doing a lot of things outside of my usual comfort zone, and I have.
Is this sponsored by Canada Dry? Are we sponsored by Canada Dry?
You know what? That would be tremendous, because I tell you what, there is nothing more satisfying than a Canada Dry.
Is that a cranberry? You are starting Christmas in September.
I don't wait for other people's taste buds to approve of my beverage choices.
It's
We're not
arrived.
sponsored by Canada Dry, but
No,
I tell you what, if there was an industrious, thoughtful, open-minded, kind-hearted person at Canada Dry who would love to talk to us, please reach out. We just want to have a drink, something cool and refreshing, and
not just Christmas.
About a world where we all feel better.
Yes. Well, look. Oh, Canada Dry. How are you doing? Thanks for. No, that's wonderful. Yeah. He's. Oh wait. Yeah. Make it so. All right, well done. We got our first corporate gig. That's great.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I was trying to say, I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, no, that's good. I appreciate the time and effort on this. Let's keep this going.
Absolutely.
Our next episode's coming out with Work Happy with Greg Kettner.
Yes, and
that's coming up.
Definitely check out Greg Kettner's 2 TED Talks.
I know. He's a TED Talker now.
And he's a
TED
beautiful
Talker.
soul. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy. Love him to death. Please check that out. And I guess we'll be bringing the comics on soon. We've got Byron Bertram, Justin Nickel, Johnny Prada. Byron Bertram. What, man, did he not kill it with damn.
He's got a lot of potential, that kid. I think he's gonna go places.
That's another one. NyQuil, if you want in, feel free to give us a call.
Brought to you by the sounds of good sleep.
All right, brother. Always a pleasure. Man. We'll catch you soon. We'll talk to you later.
Take care. Bye-bye. And then I will reach up and then out of frame. And I get to, stop the recording.